Well, at this point of history, I think that the American politics is pretty much in a disaster mode. We see what happened after the 2020 election, and we see that this country is kind of going off the cliff, so to speak. And I mean, maybe you can blame it on the pandemic as part of the reason the country went off the cliff. And like I said, I'm basically thankful I live in a remote area of the country where we don't have to deal with the craziness of the cities. But it just seems like the political system is like kind of in a collapsing state. I mean, it's like a skeleton. The shell is there. We're functioning. We're functioning as a shell, as a skeleton. But that's sort of all America is doing. It's just, like I said, it's like a cache picture of a website, and it's offline now, but just the ghost of what's left, you know? I think that's what it's called. So, we've got to think of the way to bring America back. I don't know if the only thing that's probably helping us is that the political system is so mishmashed and balled up and confused that it's hard for them to get anything done. And that helps protect us. I'm sure that's not what the founding fathers meant. They probably meant that the system, you know, would work smoothly and work together and everything. But in this case, just the fact that it's so complex, that helps to stall it, which I guess is part of our saving grace right now. It is no secret that, you know, America is falling apart. The red states and blue states, they are, you know, splitting up. I just heard recently that California has a whole bunch of conservative states that you're not supposed to travel to. But you're allowed to travel to North Korea, but you're not allowed to travel to conservative states. These guys are wacky in the head, because they belong to the cult called wokeism. Their set of beliefs, their set of political beliefs that they adhere to forbids them with associating with those, or even coming near the state of those who have any beliefs different from theirs. Give me a break. America is supposed to be the place where we don't kill each other for having different beliefs. Or technically, we're not supposed to discriminate against each other for having different beliefs. But when you're talking about the left and the cult of wokeism, there's a problem. I guess the one thing that helps us is the passage of time. This stuff blows over. I mean, 2020, all those riots and everything, they blew over eventually. And that seems to be where we are again. But like I said, I'm thinking it's not going to be like the Civil War. It's not going to be so many states split and so many states split. It's ideological, and it's going to be split within the states. The states are going to break into pieces, because obviously the country is not, a red country is not going to want to be controlled by the blue city. I mean, let Philadelphia be by himself, and let Pittsburgh be by themselves, and let red counties be by themselves. So I think it's going to be more county by county that the markers are drawn, and we'll go from there. So at any rate, a lot of changes are needed, and whether they can come from within or without is anybody's guess. But we must continue to work to slowly we must work to gradually replace the old broken system with a new system. And I think the new system is people just need to be more independent, more self-reliant. We need good ideas. We've had too many bureaucrats controlling our nation for too long, and it's just a disaster. And instead of complaining constantly, we just need to quietly pick up the slack and eventually just push them out, the corrupt politicians out into the old folks' home, and it's just a peaceful transition. So, change begins with us, and it's going to be gradual. It's not going to happen overnight. But if we keep working at change, we're going to get this country back on track and try to get it together again. Because right now, we do not have it together. We're hanging in there, but we are by the skin of our teeth. All right, folks. So we need to keep on focusing on ways to improve the country, standing up for our rights and not allowing the left to control us. I think the 2020 election was a good lesson for all of us. A good lesson that we cannot trust the left. Yeah, good lesson that we need to not be trusting, and we need to not be relying on politicians. We need to be relying on ourselves and relying on God. So, all right, folks, take care. Let freedom ring.